ロサンゼルスドジャースのワールドシリーズ制覇においてマウンド上で圧倒的な存在感を放った山本由伸。メジャー挑戦時には投手史上最高額となる12年3億に1500万ドルという超大型契約が結ばれ、全米のメディアやレジェンドたちを震撼させました。しかし178センチというメジャーとしては小柄な体格や韓国での衝撃的なデビュー戦での大炎上に対し、過大評価ではないかという厳しい疑問の声が上がったのも事実です。怪我やプレッシャーに苦しみながらも、彼はどのようにして全米の批判を沈黙させ、世界一の頂点へと上り詰めたのでしょうか。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Yamamoto's fire was about to begin. Gochuk Sky Dome, Seoul, South Korea. Opening day of the MLB season. The entire baseball world watching. Yoshinobu Yamamoto took the mound for his MLB debut against the San Diego Padres. First batter, hit by pitch. Second batter, triple. Third batter, walk. Fourth batter, sacrifice fly. By the time the first inning ended, Yamamoto had allowed 5 runs on 4 hits. 43 pitches, only 23 strikes. He lasted 1 inning. The most runs allowed by a Dodgers starting pitcher in their MLB debut in over a century. After the game, Yamamoto stood at the podium. Through an interpreter, he said, "I feel regret that I just couldn't keep the team in the game from the get-go. I do feel a responsibility for it." Responsibility. There's that word again. Because for Yamamoto, failure isn't just disappointing, it's personal. Every run he allowed, every pitch that missed, every headline questioning whether he was worth $325 million, it all landed on his shoulders, and the weight was crushing. Lesser pitchers would have crumbled, lesser men would have made excuses. Yoshinobu Yamamoto went back to work. He studied film, he talked to his coaches, he adjusted. And on April 6, 2024, against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field, Yamamoto threw 5 scoreless innings, struck out 8, allowed just 3 hits, his first MLB win. Manager Dave Roberts said it perfectly. When he executes his pitches, he can get anyone out. But the road wasn't smooth. In June, Yamamoto suffered a rotator cuff strain, 60 days on the injured list. Some wondered if the pressure, the adjustment, the weight of it all had broken him. But Yamamoto wasn't raised to quit. He came back in September, finished the 2024 season, 7-2 record, 3.00 ERA, 105 strikeouts in 18 starts, and in Game 2 of the 2024 World Series against the New York Yankees, Yamamoto threw 6 1/3 innings of one-hit baseball. The Dodgers won the series, and Yamamoto proved he could handle the moment. But that was just the beginning. In 2025, Yoshinobu Yamamoto didn't just pitch well. He dominated. 30 starts, 12-8 record, 2.49 ERA, 201 strikeouts, named NL Pitcher of the Month for April. Selected to his first All-Star game. On September 6th against the Baltimore Orioles, Yamamoto came 1 out away from a no-hitter. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Jackson Holliday hit a home run. So close. But Yamamoto didn't sulk, because the real test was still ahead. The 2025 World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays. And Yamamoto didn't just show up, he became legendary. He won 3 games in a single World Series, the first pitcher to do that since Randy Johnson in 2001. In Game 2 of the NLCS, he threw a complete game, his first in MLB. In Game 7 of the World Series, with the Dodgers' backs against the wall, Yamamoto delivered. World Series Most Valuable Player. Shohei Ohtani called him the #1 pitcher in the whole world. Dave Roberts yelled into the cameras, "Yamamoto's the GOAT." Every time Yoshinobu Yamamoto steps on the mound now, he isn't pitching for applause. He's pitching for the kid from Bison who cried when he lost. He's pitching for his father, Tadanobu, who taught him discipline when talent wasn't enough. He's pitching for everyone who said he was too small, too risky, not worth the 4th-round pick. And he's pitching to prove that pressure doesn't break everyone. Sometimes, it sharpens them. That calm expression on his face, it's not arrogant pain that makes you wonder if you'll ever throw again. Confidence crumbles. Scouts are calling, but now he's terrified. His coach is pushing him to declare for the draft, but Yamamoto can't shake the doubt. Can I really do this? Can I compete at the pro level with an elbow that feels like it's held together with tape? One day, sitting in his regular barbershop, the place he's been going since he was a kid, the barber asks him what's wrong. Yamamoto explains everything: the elbow, the fear, the doubt. And the barber, this regular guy cutting hair in a small town, says something simple. What do you have to lose? If you don't try, you'll spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. 2016 NPB Draft. Yoshinobu Yamamoto declares. He goes pro. The Oryx Buffaloes select him. A new chapter begins. Yamamoto joins the Oryx Buffaloes with hope and fear in equal measure. His elbow, still strained, still fragile. Traditional pitching mechanics aren't working. Every time he throws, he feels it. The strain, the tightness. Something has to change. Then a trainer approaches him with something that sounds absolutely insane. What if you threw like a javelin thrower? Here's what that means. Instead of the traditional pitching motion that every coach in Japan teaches, Yamamoto would move his release point further back. He'd generate power not from his arm, but from his core and legs. His entire body would become a whip, transferring energy from the ground up through his hips, through his torso, and finally exploding through his arm at the release point. It's biomechanically sound in theory. But in practice, nobody does this. The team hates the idea. Experts call it dangerous, reckless. They say it'll destroy his arm faster than any elbow injury ever could. The pushback is so intense that team officials actually contact his high school coach and ask him to talk Yamamoto out of it. They're genuinely worried he's going to ruin his career before it starts. But Yamamoto doesn't flinch. He's done listening to conventional wisdom. He's done doing what everyone else does. This will make me stronger, he tells them, and he believes it with every fiber of his being. From that point forward, Yamamoto rewrites how a pitcher trains. He stops lifting heavy weights. No squats, no bench press, no deadlifts. Instead, he focuses entirely on bodyweight exercises, handstands to build shoulder stability, bridge exercises to enhance spinal and ribcage flexibility, bodyweight shoulder drills that look more like gymnastics than baseball training, and of course, javelin throwing. Lots of javelin throwing. His goal wasn't just flexibility for the sake of flexibility. His goal was learning to generate power while his muscles are stretched, which is the exact moment a javelin leaves your hand. It's the same principle behind a bow and arrow. The more you can stretch the bow, the more explosive the release. Yamamoto wanted his body to be that bow. People thought he was crazy. They thought he'd be out of baseball in 2 years. And then it clicked. 2021 season, Yoshinobu Yamamoto explodes onto the scene. He wins the pitching quintuple crown, leading the league in wins, ERA, strikeouts, winning percentage, and
local league. He was a key piece for the Japanese national team, winning gold medals in the 2019 Premier 12, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and the 2023 World Baseball Classic. By the time American baseball set its eyes on him, Yamamoto was not a prospect. He was an established superstar. With such an impeccable resume, Yoshinobu Yamamoto's free agency at the end of 2023 was not a simple negotiation. It was a global auction. The most powerful teams in MLB engaged in an unprecedented bidding war for a player with no major league experience. Giants like the Yankees, the Mets, and of course, the Dodgers, deployed all their weapons with meetings in private jets and dinners with team owners. The strategy of Yamamoto and his agents was a masterclass. They waited for the perfect moment, at 25 years old, to maximize their market value. His dominance in Japan and his international success gave him unmatched negotiating power. In the end, it was the Los Angeles Dodgers who won the bid, presenting an offer that shook the foundations of the sport. 12 years and $325 million. It was the largest contract ever signed by a pitcher, a monumental bet that came with equally gigantic pressure. How do you justify a $325 million contract? Yoshinobu Yamamoto's answer was simple: by winning. His rookie season in 2024 was solid, though interrupted by an injury, but he proved to be a key piece in getting the Dodgers to the postseason. But it was in 2025, the year the Empire showed its true value, when he not only met expectations, but shattered them. His 2025 postseason is already the stuff of legend. He pitched a complete game in Game 2 of the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays, a feat not seen in the Fall Classic since 2015. But his most iconic moment came under the utmost pressure. With the World Series tied, he pitched 6 masterful innings in Game 6 to force a decisive Game 7. And the next day, in an act of almost superhuman endurance, he returned to the mound as a reliever in extra innings to secure the championship. His performance was historic. He became one of the few pitchers in history, joining legends like Randy Johnson, to win 3 games in a single World Series. His ERA in the series was a minuscule 1.02 over 17.2 innings. The result was inevitable. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was named the most valuable player of the 2025 World Series.
今回の映像を通じて、山本由伸選手がなぜこれほどまでに特別な存在なのか、そのませんの理由が改めて浮き彫りになりましたね。多くのメジャー関係者が、当初は彼の178センチという身長や、日本とのマウンドの違いに懸念を抱いていました。しかし、彼は従来のパワーに頼るピッチングではなく、矢田をし主と作り上げたやり投げの理論を取り入れ、インナーマッスルと全身の柔軟性を極限まで高めることで、肩や肘への負担を最小限に抑えつつ、150キロ後半の剛速球と消えるようなスプリットを投げ分ける技術を確立しました。この革新的なアプローチは、パワー重視のメジャーリーグのトレーニング界に一石を投じることになりました。2015年シーズンのポストシーズンにおいて、彼が防御率 ERR1 点台、前半の圧倒的な成績でワールドシリーズ MVP に輝いたことは、この独自のスタイルが正しかったことの完璧な証明です。山本選手はまさに MLB の契約金や価値観の歴史を塗り替えた開拓者と言えるでしょう。皆さんは山本のこの独自の調整法や今後のさらなる活躍についてどう思われますか？ぜひコメント欄でご意見をお聞かせください。最後まで動画をご覧いただきありがとうございました。山本の活躍や彼のトレーニングについてどう感じましたか？よろしければ高評価ボタンとチャンネル登録をお願いします。また次回の動画でお会いしましょう。